Walk onto a casino floor and you'll feel it instantly. The lights, the sounds, the strange electric pull in the air that whispers, "Stay, just a little longer. One more spin, one more hand." You think you're in a room full of games of chance. You're not. You're standing inside one of the most sophisticated psychological machines ever built by human beings. A space engineered down to the carpet under your feet and the air you breathe, with a single, ruthless purpose: to separate you from your money, and to make you feel good while it happens. And here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Casinos don't win because they get lucky. They don't win because you get unlucky. They win because the entire experience is designed, scientifically, deliberately, brilliantly, to override the rational part of your brain and keep you sitting there, hypnotized, spending money you swore you would never spend. This isn't luck, it's architecture. And at the very center of it sits a machine so dangerously perfect that the man who helped create the modern version of it tried to warn the world about what he'd unleashed. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the trap is built, the chilling psychology that makes it almost impossible to resist, and the hard money lessons that let you walk in with your eyes open, or walk away entirely. Let's get into it. To understand the trap, you have to understand the single most important machine in any casino. Not the card tables, not the roulette wheel, the slot machine. Because slot machines are the quiet kings of the casino floor. In many casinos, they bring in the majority of all the money, far more than all the glamorous table games combined. The blackjack tables and the roulette wheels are, in a sense, just decoration. The real engine is the row after row of glowing screens, each one whispering to a single person, alone. Quiet, solitary, relentless. The casino long ago figured out that its most profitable customer isn't the loud high roller at the craps table surrounded by a cheering crowd. It's the lone person at a screen, in a trance, playing fast, playing alone, hour after hour. So let's start with the strangest truth of all. The modern slot machine is, by many measures, one of the most effective behavior-shaping devices ever invented, more addictive by some accounts than almost anything else humans interact with for fun. And that is not an accident. It was engineered to be that way, one psychological trick at a time, over decades. The first and most powerful trick is something scientists discovered with laboratory animals, and it is the dark heart of the entire machine. It's called a variable ratio reward schedule. That sounds complicated, so let me make it simple, because once you understand this, you understand gambling itself. Imagine you have a lever. If you press the lever and you get a treat every single time, you'll press it when you're hungry and ignore it when you're not. Predictable rewards are boring. Your brain quickly loses interest. But now imagine a lever that gives you a treat at random. Sometimes you press it and nothing happens. Sometimes you press it 10 times for nothing. And then, suddenly, unpredictably, jackpot. A treat. You have no idea when the next one is coming. It could be the very next press. It could be 50 presses away. What happens to the creature pressing that lever? It goes insane for it. It will press that lever obsessively, compulsively, far more than it ever would for a predictable reward. Because the uncertainty itself is the hook. The "maybe this time" is more powerful than any guaranteed prize could ever be. That is a slot machine. Every spin is that random lever. Most spins give you nothing, but every now and then, ding ding ding, a reward. And your brain, ancient and beautifully simple, cannot stop chasing the maybe. It floods you with anticipation on every single spin, regardless of whether you win. The machine isn't selling you money, it's selling you that delicious, agonizing moment of not knowing. And it has perfected the art of stretching that moment out, thousands of times an hour. But the designers didn't stop there, not even close. Because they discovered something even more insidious. Something so cynical it has its own name in the industry. They call it losses disguised as wins. Here's how it works. Modern slot machines let you bet on many lines at once. So imagine you bet $1 spread across, say, 20 lines. The reels spin, and you win on 3 of those lines. Lights flash, coins jingle, triumphant music erupts. Your brain lights up with the unmistakable feeling of winning. But look closely at what actually happened. You bet $1, and those 3 winning lines paid you back only 40 cents. You didn't win. You lost 60 cents. But the machine celebrated as if you'd hit the jackpot. The same sounds, the same lights, the same dopamine, for a spin that took most of your money. You walked away from that spin poorer and feeling like a winner. That is losses disguised as wins. Your brain is being trained to feel reward while you bleed. And then there's the cruelest trick of them all, the near miss. Watch a slot machine carefully, and you'll notice something happens far too often to be random. The jackpot symbol lands on the first reel, then the second, and the third one stops just one position away, right above or right below the line. So close, you can almost taste it. Your heart jumps. I nearly had it. It's about to hit. But here's the secret. On a modern digital machine, that near miss is not chance. It can be engineered. The computer can be programmed to show you those agonizing near misses far more often than pure odds would ever allow. And why would they do that? Because studies have shown that a near miss lights up the reward centers of your brain almost like an actual win does. It doesn't discourage you. It does the opposite. It spurs you on, convinces you you're due, that the big one is just around the corner. The machine is literally manufacturing heartbreak, because heartbreak keeps you playing. A loss is designed to feel like an almost win, and an almost win is designed to feel like a promise. Now stack these tricks on top of each other, spin after spin, and you begin to see why people sit at these machines for hours, sometimes entire days, in a state researchers describe almost like a trance. There's even a term for it. Players sometimes call it the zone. A hypnotic state where the player isn't even chasing money anymore. They're chasing the rhythm, the spinning, the disappearing of the outside world. And the machine is engineered, frame by frame, to pull them deeper into it. Researchers who've studied this describe players in the zone who say they no longer even care about winning. Let that sink in. They'll tell you, honestly, that the money has stopped mattering. What they're chasing is the state itself, the warm, numb, time-dissolving rhythm of spin after spin, where every worry, every bill, every problem in their life simply disappears. The machine has become a place to vanish. And a person who is no longer playing to win, but playing to disappear, will feed that machine until there is nothing left to feed it. That is not a side effect of the design. For the most powerful machines, it is the design. So where did this perfect trap come from? Who built it? And here's where the story turns genuinely haunting. For much of the 20th century, slot machines were crude, clunky mechanical things, spinning metal reels, limited payouts, simple, and a bit silly. They weren't the hypnotic engines we know today. The leap came when machines went electronic and then digital. Suddenly the reels weren't physical at all, they were computer code. And computer code can do something metal reels never could. It can lie about the odds. A man who became one of the most important figures in slot machine design helped pioneer the systems that turned these machines from simple games into precision instruments. Using computer chips, designers could now control the odds with surgical precision, stretch out the near misses, fine-tune the rhythm of rewards, and engineer the player's experience down to the millisecond. The machine could be tuned like an instrument to maximize not your fun, but your time on device. The longer you play, the more you lose. So the entire machine became optimized for one thing above all else, keeping you in that seat. And here's the haunting part. As these machines grew more and more powerful at capturing human attention, some of the very people connected to the industry that built them began to sound the alarm, warning that what had been created was no longer just a game, but something closer to a delivery device for compulsion. They had built something that worked too well, and the warnings were, by and large, swallowed by the sheer scale of the profits. Because make no mistake, the profits are staggering. And that brings us to the most important math in this entire video. The single concept that, if you take nothing else away, will change how you see every casino on Earth. It's called the house edge. Here is the cold, beautiful truth at the foundation of the entire gambling world. Every single game in the casino is mathematically designed so that, over time, the casino wins. Not most games, every game. The rules, the payouts, the odds, all of it is tilted, just slightly, permanently, in the casino's favor. That tilt is the house edge. On some games it's small, on others it's larger, but it is always there. It can never be beaten in the long run because it isn't luck, it's mathematics, baked into the very rules of the game. You might win tonight, you might win big. Plenty of people do, and the casino loves it when you do, because your win is the advertisement that pulls in 1,000 others. But play long enough, and the house edge is a law as reliable as gravity. The longer you play, the more certain it becomes that you will lose. The casino doesn't need to cheat. It doesn't need luck. It just needs you to keep playing, and time does the rest. Let me show you why with simple numbers, because this is the part that should change how you see every bet you ever make. Say a game has a 5% house edge. That means for every $100 wagered, the casino expects to keep 5. Sounds small, right? But here's the trap people never see. You don't bet your money once. You bet it over, and over, and over. Imagine you sit down with $100 and bet it. Win some back, bet again, win some, bet again. Each time you recycle that money through the machine, the house takes its little slice. Run $100 through a 5% edge game enough times in an evening, and that same $100 can be wagered thousands of dollars worth in total, and the edge quietly grinds it down to almost nothing. You didn't lose because of one unlucky spin. You lost because you gave the math enough turns to do its work. The house edge isn't a wall you hit once. It's a tax on every single spin, charged forever. This is why the entire building is engineered around one goal, keeping you playing as long as humanly possible. And once you understand that, the casino reveals itself. Every strange design choice you've ever half noticed suddenly makes perfect, ruthless sense. Why are there almost never any clocks on a casino floor? Why are there rarely any windows? Because the casino does not want you to know what time it is, or whether the sun has risen or set. They want you unmoored from time itself, lost in an eternal, glowing afternoon, so you forget how long you've been sitting there and how much you've spent. Why is the layout a confusing maze, with the exits tucked away and the path to anywhere winding past hundreds more machines? Because every extra second you spend trying to leave is another second you might sit back down. They make it easy to get lost, and just hard enough to get out. Why are drinks so often free, brought right to your seat so you never have to stand up? Because alcohol lowers your judgment and your inhibition, and a person whose judgment is impaired makes worse, bolder, more expensive bets. And because if you never have to leave your seat for anything, you never break the trance. Why is everything bathed in red and gold, in plush carpets, in a constant, gentle symphony of dinging and chiming? Because that soundscape is built to make the whole room feel like it's winning, all the time, even though the vast majority of those sounds are coming from people losing. You are standing inside an environment engineered to feel like victory, while it quietly drains the room. Even the chips themselves are a trick. When you hand over your money, they take your cash and give you colorful little discs, or a number on a card. Because spending abstract chips, or tapping a balance on a screen, hurts so much less than handing over real, physical money. The casino deliberately puts a layer between you and your cash, so each bet feels weightless, unreal, easier to make, and easier to lose. It's the same psychological trick that makes it easier to overspend with a card than with cash, turned all the way up to maximum. Put it all together and the picture is undeniable. The lights, the sounds, the maze, the missing clocks, the free drinks, the chips, the machines tuned to the millisecond. None of it is decoration. All of it is a single, unified system designed by some of the smartest behavioral engineers alive for one purpose: to keep you in the seat, override your judgment, and gently, pleasurably, separate you from your money for as long as possible. So let's turn all of this into something powerful, because understanding the machine is exactly how you stop being its fuel. Here are the real lessons hiding inside the casino. Lesson 1. The house edge means there is no winning strategy in the long run, only a losing one. This is the hardest truth and the most freeing. No system, no lucky streak, no feeling, no clever betting pattern can beat a game that is mathematically built for you to lose over time. The only move that beats the house edge is the one the casino fears most. Deciding in advance exactly how much you're willing to lose for entertainment, treating it like the price of a movie ticket, and walking away the instant it's gone, win or lose. If you ever gamble, gamble like you're buying a thrill ride, not making an investment, because it is never, ever an investment. Lesson 2. Beware found money and the chase. Remember the psychology: when you're up, your brain treats those winnings as the casino's money, not really yours, so you bet it recklessly and give it all back. And when you're down, a far more dangerous instinct kicks in: chasing. The desperate urge to bet bigger to win back what you've lost. This is the exact trap that turns a small, fun loss into a catastrophe. The casino is built to trigger both of these instincts. The person who walks away while ahead and refuses to chase while behind is the casino's worst nightmare. Lesson 3. Recognize the engineered environment and break the spell on purpose. Now that you know there are no clocks, wear a watch and check it. Set a hard timer on your phone. Decline the free drinks if you're playing with real stakes. Take your winnings off the table physically so they feel real again. Every single one of these is a small act of rebellion against a system built to keep you hypnotized. And just being aware that you're inside an engineered trap is by itself one of the most powerful defenses there is. And the deepest lesson of all, the one that reaches far beyond any casino: the most dangerous machines in your financial life are the ones engineered to feel like fun while they cost you. And they are no longer just on the casino floor. That exact same science, the variable rewards, the losses disguised as wins, the trance, the abstracted money, has quietly escaped the casino. It now lives in the slot machine-style mechanics of certain phone games, in the dopamine loops of apps, in the gamified flashing of some trading and betting apps designed to feel like a thrilling game rather than a serious financial act. The casino taught the world how to hijack human attention for profit, and now that knowledge is everywhere, in your pocket, dressed up as entertainment. Think about it. A mobile game that lets you pay real money to open a glowing mystery box, not knowing what's inside, is running the exact same variable reward engine as a slot machine, often aimed squarely at young players. A trading app that fires off confetti and celebratory animations every time you make a trade is borrowing the casino's losses disguised as wins playbook, making a serious financial decision feel like a fun little game. Endless feeds that you pull down to refresh, never knowing what reward of attention you'll get. Another variable ratio lever, the same one from the laboratory, in your hand for hours a day. The casino used to be a place you had to drive to. Now the most refined version of its psychology lives in the device you're probably holding right now, and it never closes, and it follows you to bed. So the real lesson isn't just, be careful in casinos. It's this: anytime something is engineered to be irresistibly fun, and it's costing you money, stop and ask the question the casino never wants you to ask. Who designed this to feel this good? And what, exactly, are they taking from me while I enjoy it? Because the house always wins, but only if you keep playing. So the next time you feel that electric pull, the lights, the sounds, the just one more spin, you'll know exactly what it is. Not luck, not chance. Architecture. A machine built by brilliant people to quietly empty your pockets while you smile. The most powerful move you can make is also the simplest one in the world. You can choose not to sit down. If this opened your eyes today, you already know what to do. And stick around, because next time, we're exposing the silent thief that's stealing from every person watching this right now, eating away at your money year after year, even while it just sits safely in the bank. You can't see it, You can't stop it. But once you understand it, you can finally beat it. You won't want to miss this one.